up, Richard? What's up, Richard? Let's go, baby. We can live vicariously through Richard for now. Some Mexicans are already living like Richard. How about that? Close enough. Yeah, let's go. PulseChain coming soon, baby. Hey. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go. How many of you out there going through it right about now? Let me see a show of hands, baby. How many of you donated or sacrificed so much that now you're just like, yo, the day shall be glorious. Let's go. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. If you're even tuning in. Let's see how many people watching. One person watches, probably me. But it's all good. We are here to talk about a little bit, just a little bit about PulseChain. Which one is going to be better? PulseChain, PulseX? Are we even going to be able to enjoy any gains with all of these threats of regulation? Right? Okay. All right. Making sure you can hear me. So, we have been waiting for quite a long time, right? Been waiting for quite a long time. What seems like forever because, like Maddie said last night, one day in crypto, one day in real life is like 3 days in crypto. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it feels like more like that, more than that, you know? Sometimes something could be popping for just a day, so that still should be popping for at least a week. Like, let's say Blur Token, right? Everybody was all crazy about Blur Token for 2 days. That's it. 2 days. You know what I'm saying? But you still got people, you know, doing their thing. But look at this. PulseX is trending right about now. What a coinky dinky, huh? What a coinky dinky. So, what are people saying about PulseX? Yo, X looking good. What's the price of X? Let's see. I was looking to see how much those tokens are worth. If anybody of you in the upstream DAO with the Illuminati, Truth Labs, Goblin Town, Alex, I am a member, proud member of the upstream DAO. You know what I mean? So that's why I have NFTC pulled up, because that's what we get paid in, or however you want to put it, whatever the proper legal term is. But I have a small amount. I have like, I'm not even going to tell you how much percentage of the pot that I have, but there's almost $80,000 in that DAO pot in Ether. So that's ETH. 1 ETH is worth 1 ETH. So how many ETH is that? I don't know. Check it out. Look it up. A little less than 80 ETH, right? 70, something like that. So anyhow, right? Let's check out the price for Hex really quick. Really quick, only because somebody, look at that. So it broke 6 cents. We broke 6 cents. Look at that. Are you in awe yet? No? Give us some time. Give us some time, baby. So, we had some updates, as most of you, I'm sure, are aware. But just in case you're not, let's just go over it really quick. But let's see, hold on. Why is PulseChain? PulseX, I mean, look at this. Nice. Somebody put some stickers or some magnets. Magnets are probably even cooler, you know? Somebody could grab it and take it home, put it on their fridge, right? And then you have somebody doing the free marketing. So if those are magnets, I think that's a cool idea. That's better. You find something metal and stick the magnet on it, people could take them home. And their friends, and it's more people gonna see a magnet on their friend's refrigerator, and it'll be a talking piece rather than just walking by this pole, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a great idea. So anyhow, I guess PulseX. All right, here we go. Let's just go straight to the PulseX is trending, folks. Okay, for whatever reason, same reason why I'm doing this video. That's the reason, right? So we had the update. You know, it's all technical jargon and stuff, whatever. But the fact that we got an awesome update. Watch out for scammers, folks. Always be aware. Do not ever get fished. Do not ever give your keys out to anyone. Not even your mama, Vitalik. So anyway, let's see. I'm just kidding. You can give it to your mama in case something happens to you. If you're gonna give your keys to anyone, it has to be. You have to figure out maybe because any of us can go and be deleted at any time. So if you have somebody that you want to leave your crypto to, you can do different things. You can maybe give part of the keys to this person and somebody else and another part of the keys. You know what I'm saying? You can spread your whole keys out between 2 or 3 people that you trust, or you can just give them all to one person that you trust. Or, like, let's say if you're at that level and you have a safety deposit box or something, give the key to somebody else and they only get it after you die. You know, there's different ways. But it would be a shame that if you accumulate a lot of crypto and then something just happens to you, you can step out the house and, you know, piece of an air balloon or something, you know what I mean? A weather balloon or something could just fall on your head. You know, a train could derail right next to you. Right? It's crazy times that we're living in. Anything can happen at any moment. So I just want to put it out there because I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. There are people that have mentioned it, but I'm saying it's not something that's mentioned often because why? People, I mean, who wants to think about dying, right? But it's a fact of life. The minute you're born, you're dying. So you're going to die. Immortality, the awareness of your mortality, you know, it brings your brain to a different level. So anyway, new pin chat. All right, I'm just checking to see if anybody's in here chatting. If you're here watching, thank you. You know, give me a shout out, give me a holler. I'm very approachable and very cool guy. I would think. Other people said the same thing, so it's not just me saying it. So anyway, that's something to consider. If you pass away, is all your crypto just going to be stuck on the blockchain forever? Or are you going to figure out a way to, even if, you know, a lawyer or something involved, you know, put it in your will, put your keys in your will, something, figure out a way though. And if you come out with a very creative way, leave a comment down or shoot me a DM. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. But that's something to consider, folks. Something to consider. Could you imagine? Sacrifice 10 G's for Pulse or PulseX or something. Or you got, you know what I'm saying, a nice amount in Hex. Even if you got $100 in Hex. Let's say, you know, something happens to you tomorrow and 15 years from now, Hex is worth, you know, $1,000 a piece. You know, that money could come in handy for somebody in your life. You know, if there's anybody you love. If not, F it then. I mean, you're not going to take it when you die. That's my whole point. So figure out what you want to do with it. Because mortality is a thing here in this plane of existence that we're in. So anyway, we got this amazing update on PulseChain and PulseX. Because if you're getting once PulseChain, PulseX is launching when PulseChain launches. So update on PulseChain is also an update on PulseX. And I know there's, you know, by what I've been hearing, I haven't checked, but I'm sure it's true that there are more people that sacrifice for PulseX because a lot of people weren't aware or just weren't able to sacrifice for Pulse. And then we had a second chance. At the time, I had effed off a bunch of money. So when the first sacrifice came, I had a small amounts and I actually got family members, I'll say that, to pull in. And we all put money into Pulse. And then the second time around, I took some of my ENS drop and I put that in PulseX. So I have more PulseX. Now, for full transparency, I have both, but I have more PulseX, granted. But I don't want to sound biased. I just want to maybe talk a little bit about which one is going to be more profitable, so to speak, right? So if the thing is, all right, so if we look at Pulse, just for the sake of time, jump right in it. If you look at Pulse is supposed to be like, it's a blockchain, right? Not supposed to be, it's a blockchain. So You have the blockchain tokens like BNB, right, for the Binance chain. You have the Matic Polygon token for Matic, right? You have Ethereum for Ethereum, right? Everybody has their own token, every chain. So what can you do with those tokens, though? What can you do with just Ethereum to generate more Ethereum? Besides buying and selling other things like NFTs or other tokens, what can you do with Ethereum to earn more Ethereum? You would have to participate, because Ethereum, what's it called? The Ethereum Foundation, Ethereum Foundation doesn't have their own DeFi platform, right? I mean, you can stake now, right? Proof of stake with the nodes and stuff like that. But I think apparently there's been an issue where you can't unstake or something like that. I don't know what's going on because I didn't stake. I mean, you needed to have like 33 ETH to stake when that began. But anyhow, supposedly it's supposed to earn, because that's what staking do. You earn more while you stake, right? But as far as the Ethereum token itself, let's say, there's a DeFi platform that opens up and they have an Ethereum staking pool where you earn more of their token or more of, let's say, a stable coin or something. But you have to go to another project that someone else created that is not the Ethereum Foundation in order to generate more Ethereum. Now, if someone's listening and or you want to leave a comment and let me know how you can generate more Ethereum with just Ethereum via the Ethereum Foundation, let me know. But with all that being said, I'm saying its main purpose is for gas fees. Am I right? That's the main purpose for a token on a blockchain, is for gas fees. That's the main purpose. Whereas a token like PulseX, it's the exchange token. Now, granted, it's up to the team of that particular exchange to add value or add utility to the token. And of course, the possibilities are endless. This is still very, very new. Yeah, old at the same time, but still, the concept of DeFi is fairly new. So you're also going to have the incentive token. So what I'm saying is, with the PulseX token, you possibly be able to earn more of the incentive token. Let's watch a video real quick. This video I was watching, right? Fair use, brothers. Fair use dollar cost, my brother.
What do you speculate the incentive token will be beneficial for? My pockets.
Haha, nice.
Mostly.
I hope you can
That's a terrible answer, sir.
I know, but it's true. That's what it's there for, to line my pockets. That's exactly what it's there for. But so the main point of it, it's sort of like how Beats is right now, or a lot of these other things are. It's to incentivize liquidity to stay in the pools. Because if there isn't much of an incentive to like keep your money in a pool, then you won't have liquidity. So you need to pay people in tokens to have that. But Richard hasn't really announced any real, like, I think what's going to happen, the way I think it's going to end up rolling down is he's going to launch the incentive token as is, no utility. And then he's going to slowly start releasing utility onto it. So there's
real quick, when you're watching people live, you can gauge what they're into by looking at this, because the algorithm is going to pump to you videos and recommend videos to you. That's just a quick thing to think about. Some of you probably figured that already a long time ago. Some of you probably never even thought about that. But yeah, these are the types of things. So if you want to know what kind of person you're watching, because there's really no such thing as privacy anymore. You guys can see the types of things that I'm into just every time I open one of these tabs. You can look at the videos that are being recommended to me anyhow.
There's going to be speculative pumps with it, like sort of like how you have Magic Cats. Like, let's say Magic Cats was sitting at 200 Phantom, and then, hey, we're going to start paying out a bunch of yield for it.
And that's the stuff that I'm into on this channel. I've got like about 9 channels. And each one I try to cater what I watch on that channel towards the particular interest that I want that channel to revolve around. I actually have about 5 or 6 YouTube channels, which most of them you will never know about unless you just happen to stumble across it. And the only way you're going to stumble across it is if you're into what that channel is about.
Or a single-sided stake.
For instance, this channel is about crypto. I don't go around telling everybody I have a crypto channel. If they stumble across it, if they're looking at PulseX videos and they stumble across it, you know, they're gonna find me.
Cool.
Gaming channel, food channel, wisdom, just dropping wisdom, different channels.
So there's going to be, that's why I'm not sleeping on the incentive token, but I'm also not going to fall for like buying it at the all-time highs either. You guys, like, you want to earn it, dump it. Once we see like, it's the same thing with Crystal right now. Crystal was at $30, $40, $8, $6. Now it's $6, $7, $5. I start becoming a net buyer of Crystal instead of a net seller of Crystal. That's how I'm looking at Crystal. It's the same thing with the incentive token. Use the launch of Crystal Veil. Look how Crystal Veil is working. Roughly, we're going to get some version of that with the incentive token.
I'm not sure what Crystal Veil is, but we can find out.
For sure.
And I don't know how I should be spelling it. Veil, Veil, Vale.
This is why we have you.
I don't know. This Veil is can only be spelled one or two ways. Let's see. All right, this no. See, I don't know what word he's saying. Crystal what? And trust me, the captions is not okay. Here we go. Crystal Veil. Oh, so Crystal Veil is DeFi Kingdoms. Okay, something cool to check out. Get a better understanding of what he's talking about.
Essentially baby training.
But again, he's just speculating on what the incentive token is going to be for, or what it's going to do. And what he's going to also mention is that he believes that Richard Hart is going to add more utility as we go along after it's already launched. But the incentive token is probably something that you're going to earn for participating in the DeFi on PulseChain, but within the PulseX system. You see what I'm saying? Within the exchange system, because PulseX is going to be the official exchange. And what makes it official? The amount of people that use it, because all of this is decentralized. So just like Uniswap doesn't have the monopoly, but if more people find it easier, the marketing is better, more people are going to use Uniswap. If they make it a good product, more people are going to use it. You have to make it a good product, and you have to make people aware of it. Two things, because you have Sushi Swap, Cow Swap, Uniswap, Quick Swap, Trust Swap, blah, 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 right? So PulseX is going to be the main one because it's created. Like, let's say if the Ethereum Foundation created a DEX, that's what PulseX is going to be, because the creator of PulseChain is the one who created this DEX. So it's official. That makes it official. Also, even in the decentralized world. Now, if something goes wrong with PulseX and people start using the different DEX, because apparently I think it's QuickSwap or TrustSwap or one of them that's coming over already. They've already made that public. I believe it's QuickSwap. They made it publicly known that they're going to be on PulseChain. So that's going to be another DEX, another ecosystem also where you can participate in DeFi and other things. And they'll probably be launching their own tokens as well. Can you imagine if Richard launches even more tokens? Plus he's talking about the wallet. We had the bridge. And you have other bridges too. Other people building bridges too. That's a whole nother subject. Bridges. But people are building for PulseChain. People are building. So anyhow, you also have the wallet. That he doesn't talk about much. That nobody's talking about much, because we know that's going to take some time. We just want PulseChain to launch. But at the same time, we've been waiting. We're willing to wait and go through whatever we have to go through while we wait. Whatever max pain we're going through, some of us, you know? Even those of us that were way up. Right now, money runs out. Money runs out quick. And even quicker now, right? So, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. For me to just be able to contain all this excitement and talk to you guys right now, I had to release it somehow. So, my initial point is that PulseX, you're going to be able to do stuff to generate more income, whether passive or whatever the other word is. Forget, but anyhow, you know what I mean. The other word for passive income. It's automatic with PulseX. Now, granted, there could be some incentives or something that I didn't hear about that you can do to generate most PulseChain with PulseChain besides staking it for a node, right? Because it's going to be the same concept as Ethereum 2.0, proof of stake. People are going to be able to stake and run a node for PulseChain the same way as Ethereum. So, but other than that, I don't, me myself, maybe it's for lack of knowledge, but I don't believe that there's any other way that you're going to be able to generate more Pulse. So there's not much game theory going on with Pulse, as far as I'm concerned. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Point me to a video that I can watch. But with PulseX, it's different. PulseX is like, this is what we do on Ethereum, is we DeFi. You know what I'm saying? We NFT. Yo, DeFi is so strong that they try to incorporate DeFi into NFTs just to give them some utility. Because right now, NFTs is just JPEGs for the most part. They're mostly just JPEGs, right? DeFi, on the other hand, it's a whole nother animal. That's why it's cool. You know, the whole NFT thing is cool because it's bringing more people, but there's going to be people that's going to be more interested and going to learn more about crypto. There's way more to crypto than just NFTs, and DeFi is the main next step. I mean, we're there. We had DeFi Summer 2020, but I'm saying it's still evolving. So, and regulators and the governments and corporations and banks, JP Morgan and all them, and I forgot, was it BlackRock or somebody put out a report about DeFi, how, you know, DeFi is going to be big very soon in the future. So anyhow, PulseX is the DeFi coin. That's the coin that you DeFi with. Do you even DeFi? So I'm saying that, yes, PulseChain is going to do well, in my opinion, of course. Never financial advice. I'm just talking here. So, but with PulseX, there's going to be, I can't sit here and tell you exactly what, but there's going to be DeFi. That's the DeFi token for PulseChain, the official DeFi token. And then we're going to have the incentive token. Let's hear.
And training wheels and stuff on the Phantom ecosystem and the Jewel ecosystem.
The DeFi token is just a question mark. There's no symbol for it. I mean, the incentive token. There's no symbol for it. There's no colors. There's no logo. I mean, there's nothing. It's just a question mark.
Now, you guys have way more XP on how the markets work than other people do, because for the first time, this is their first time ever going to this foray. There's a lot of people who are just going to keep earning the token, and then the price is just going to go like, and then, but if they keep onto the token, I think they'll do pretty well with it later on.
All right.
But
so I don't know if you caught, but there's a part in there where he says that he believes that this is where I got that idea that Richard Hart is going to add more incentives to the incentive tokens, more utility to the incentive token after it launches. And that makes some sense. And the reason I'm talking about the incentive token is because it looks like Maddie's going to do a stream about it soon. I can't wait to hear what Maddie has to say about it. Last night, he had me excited, boy, when he got on to talk about the update that we just got last night, boy. Maddie had me grinning from ear to ear. From ear to ear. And matter of fact, right, because I don't think I've ever been more excited after hearing what I heard last night. I think I spelled it right. All right. So as you can see, he's gonna be talking about the incentive token soon. He put INC. Maybe that's gonna be it. I don't know. Is that what it's gonna be called? Inc? Yo, that's gonna be pretty dope. What's the play? So anyway, right? Yesterday's update from Mate.
And we're live.
Okay.
The community, or joined the people who are paying attention. Out of, we've gotten 6 tweets. Okay.
Oh, so, and when he talks about the engagement, let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the things that he pointed out last night. For instance, the engagement, 356,000 views since he released this update. Almost 5,000 likes. 200 quote retweets, which I was definitely one of them. 1,700 retweets. That's how strong. That's how. And there's more people than that are interested in PulseChain. This is just the people that are actually on Twitter. There's other people outside of Twitter. So let's be generous. 500,000. That's being on the low end, I mean. That's not being generous. Probably more closer to like getting towards between the 500,000 and the million mark of people that are interested in this. So that alone shows the anticipation, how he was. Anyway, just go watch it, man. I'm not going to sit here and repeat everything he said, but there's more eyes on the launch of PulseChain than there were on the launch of Bitcoin. That's just the facts. It's like he said, you had to beg people to install a Bitcoin wallet to get free Bitcoin. You can walk up to someone on the street and say, hey, I want to give you some free internet money. Download this wallet just so you can be a part of it, and hopefully you're going to want to learn more about Bitcoin. Like my man Adam. Adam will always live on this channel. Sub-Zero. If anybody knows who Sub-Zero is out of Harlem, he says he's keeping Poe alive on his channel. I'm keeping Adam. He was one of the most hated. I'm always rolling with the most hated for some reason. Spelled it wrong. Bitcoin is the future? Is that Adam's new channel? Someone changed the name? Look at this. Adam. We miss you, Adam. Let me see. Mike the Mug. So anyhow, I'm looking for dang, did they take his videos down? This was him anyway. This was Mike the Mug. That was my guy. But he was one of the first people to ever go out and buy hamburgers and coffee for the homeless with Bitcoin. He was all about bringing awareness. So what I'm saying is, the Bitcoin early adopters and innovators had to push Bitcoin on the masses. People didn't know what a Bitcoin is. Now, there's so much awareness in crypto, there's no way that you can argue the fact. It's not even arguable that there are more eyes on the launch of PulseChain than there ever could have possibly been on the launch of Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's just 10, 100 times more awareness of cryptocurrency now. So let that soak in. If you don't understand how big of a deal that is, you will later on tonight when you think about it again. It's going to hit you. So that's my whole point. Anyhow, if you want to leave, you can leave now. I might keep rambling, but that was my whole point. PulseChain, I don't know of any other ways that you can generate more PulseChain besides trading other things other than PulseChain. How can you just generate more PulseChain with just using PulseChain and not touching anything outside of the ecosystem created by the creator of PulseChain? He created PulseX, which is a totally different token, but that's the one you DeFi with. That's the one that you can use to generate more income. That's just how I'm thinking. Because we love to DeFi. I mean, buying a token and holding it and not playing around with DeFi and not, playing around with game theory and not trying to figure out which strategies are the best strategies to generate more income, which pools should I stake in, how long, blah, 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 right? There's going to be a lot going on with PulseX. There's going to be more utility other than just burning it for gas. And I'm not saying all this just because I have more PulseX. I'm not saying that just because I have more PulseX. I'm saying it because that's the DeFi token, and DeFi is how you earn more money. Let's check out Adam.
Oh, guys, I'm back.
So that's my whole point for the video. If you want to roll out, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll timestamp this. I don't know.
I apologize that I took so long to come
my guy.
out with a new Bitsler video where I'm playing Bitcoin. But you know what?
4 years ago? Is this his channel?
As usual, with a very aggressive strategy. I start with a 1%.
I wonder if he owned Bitsler. That would be crazy, right? There's so much we didn't know.
Oh, guys, I'm back.
There's so much we didn't know about Adam either, because he kept a lot of his private life. But he had his little kitty. You see his little kitty cat in the back? He loved his little kitty cat. I'm not going to say RIP to Adam, because I don't believe we just, our spirit just goes and sleeps forever. Like, that's weird to me. Like, no. I say safe travels to people. Safe travels, man. It was an honor knowing you and interacting with your spirit, man. Quiet as is kept, and I'll mention this again and again and again. He was the first person, that I ever asked that I needed help that I never met in real life. We never got a chance to meet. I got my passport because of Adam. Because I was supposed to go to Montreal to go hang out with Adam and kick it. That's how tight me and Adam got. But one time, he sent me like $800 in Bitcoin. I think I needed like $600 to pay a car note. Things were just crumbling around me. Like, it was, a lot of times stuff happens that you just can't control, A lot of times. He helped me out. This was about right before the pump. Right before the 2017 bull run. He helped the brother out, man. Adam. And I was trying to find a video to show you guys. Let's see. Handing out hamburgers. If anyone's out there, you want to do a documentary on Adam, or you want to link up with me to do a documentary, because I just gave you the idea, but I'm going to be doing documentaries on my channel. There's so much that you guys just don't know. Like, how can you? Facebook sued Bitcoin viral Adam Guerbuez for $873 million. That's another thing about Adam. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the person that was sued for the most amount of money ever at that time. Of course, they never got it. Please. But yeah, Facebook, Mark, sued Adam for $873 million. So that should just give you a little idea of how big this guy really is and was, Why is this Bitcoin tricks? I'm trying to see, like, he had another channel. Now I can't find it. He had a channel called Adam Guerbuez. Did somebody private my boy's channel? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you shut off Adam's channel? So anyhow, if anybody's just tuning in, which it looks like nobody is, yeah, just go back and you'll see what I was saying about PulseX. That's the DeFi token, man. That's the one that it's simple. I don't think there's much more to talk about when it comes to, unless, again, you show me different ways that you can DeFi with PulseChain. That's it, basically. PulseChain is not a DeFi token. It's a gas fees token. PulseChain. PulseX is the DeFi token, the official DeFi token for PulseX. That's it. That's all. That's That's how you generate more money. Yeah, man, I miss this dude, bro. That was my guy. He was such a boss. I've got clips of him, but why would they? Why would they?
Police. That is a cop.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Pull me over right now.
Right
That's not
now.
even a cop. It's, I could tell by the back. It's
No, it is.
STM police.
It has. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The cops that didn't pass the test.
Adam was a raw dog. Adam,
How you
was
doing,
raw
man?
dog.
Merry Christmas, man. That's for you. Happy New Year. Have a good one.
See, he always giving
Welcome.
stuff away, bro. Always giving stuff away.
Christmas weed fund. Okay, there you go. You know what? Merry Christmas. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, there might be something. There might be something to help your fund.
You think so?
I hope.
I hope so too.
But you gotta be
hard,
sure
bro.
though to
Go hard.
Nice truck.
to definitely
Spend it on.
There was so many people that had so many negative things to say about him, about when he was younger. But he was filming this. Me and Adam, same age. He passed. Before COVID. But yeah. Go hard. Go hard. People grow up and they grow out of things. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he had did when he was 19, 20 in his early years, just by the way he treated me, I knew he wasn't that same person anymore.
what you like. Go for it,
Well,
man.
it's Christmas,
And
eh?
he probably never was that person, just trying to find himself. But by the time you hit your 40s, you're still finding yourself, but you've done a lot of legwork.
I don't get no. I'm not. I'm sleeping on the street, so
Ah,
like,
fuck.
anything's gonna help, man.
I feel you, bro.
How you doing tonight, guys?
Yeah. You know, it's pretty good. Getting around, doing some things.
Good. It's cold out, eh?
It is. It is. It's freezing
Oh,
today,
God
man.
bless you, man. Thank you
Hey.
very much.
Be good, brother.
God love you, man.
God love you.
Have a good Christmas.
Good Christmas. Ciao.
See, he didn't say nothing about God, though. I don't know if he believed in God, but that's all right, man. He was being godly, regardless. Whoa.
Shut the fuck.
Yo, you saw
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Idiot.
That was close.
Could have been a major accident, you
Yeah.
fuck bag. Well, it's on dashcam.
Yep.
Fucking guy, man. He could have killed somebody. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have fun.
Drive safe.
Thank you.
Just going out,
Cops are
handing.
avoiding me.
Yeah, it's weird.
They probably put a bulletin out.
he's
Like, okay,
trying to
that's
get
the
pulled
video
over.
guy. Just avoid at all costs.
Have you been pulled over since the last time you
No,
said?
no. Since since that video that I put on fucking YouTube with like 300,000 hits.
Weird, eh?
Yeah.
I would just take your driver license for verification.
Oh, what happened? Why?
Yeah, just for verification.
Okay, I'm just having a coffee.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing in Laval?
Having a coffee.
In Laval? It's better in Laval?
Tim Hortons is good everywhere.
So what are you doing in Laval?
Why must you know that?
Huh?
Why do you ask that?
To know? Because you come from Longueuil, so...
Am I not allowed to drive to Laval? Am I not supposed to be in Laval?
I guess we'll have to go to other cities where they don't know.
Hey, how you doing, man? Here you go, buddy.
Christmas cards.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas.
Hold on, does he get pulled
I
over?
actually Googled it. Like I was there for like 10 minutes looking at different sites.
Like the driver's license.
No problem. Well, if I did go through a light like you claim, it'll be on my camera here. It films us inside and it films outside. So it films all the time. So it also filmed you waiting at the gas station for all that time for me to get in my car and leave.
Yeah, I was just drinking my coffee.
That's okay. Well, it films everything, so. Okay, here it is.
Number one.
No problem.
Libertarians, even though he's from Canada, that was the art of crypto. Freedom. See what I'm saying? Having the freedom to be able to go from point A to point B without being harassed, just like the American Constitution states. You gotta understand. I understand, man. It's not right and it's not normal. and it's not for your safety. So
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bro, I just got everything back, no ticket.
No ticket.
That's what happens when you get them on film. You get away with no ticket.
No ticket, right?
Thank you very much. Yep. You know? Because you come from Longueuil, so... Am I not allowed to drive to Laval? Am I not supposed to be in Laval? Good.
I guess we'll have to go to other cities where they don't know.
Those cigarettes stink, by the way.
Yeah, you fine?
They're really strong. No, they're okay. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm just saying it has that.
yo, he puffed mad weed though. Yo, my boy puffed mad weed. He didn't smoke cigarettes, obviously. He drank his coffee. He ate good. Boy, Adam ate good. Talking about OG Bitcoin millionaire from Canada, eh? My God, man, he's gonna live forever on this channel. Forever. Ever. Innovator in BTC. Talking about he was giving out hamburgers and coffee, buying them with Bitcoin back in like 2014. That's the video I was looking for, but shout out to Adam. Safe travels. All right, let's see. If you're still here, let's go and watch this other video about... Here we go. With some other people. Here we go. Because there's also going to be voting. Hey, I got 3 people watching. I'm one of them. Holla, though. Holla. So there's also going to be voting. So there's going to be a DAO or something. You know, I guess that's... I mean, DAO, though, is usually a bunch of funds that's in there, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to have voting power with PulseX as well.
It depends on, and I think we get to vote on that too. So I don't know if it's really like a synergy, but the PulseX coin will allow us as like community members to vote on proposals for which liquidity pools get the incentive coin, which third-party tokens do we want to allow for the single-sided staking. So if the people who vote with those coins, we should be able to pick like cool things to add to the ecosystem that we like. So I'm bullish on that, like the PulseX coin being used to hopefully have some cool votes, right?
What kind of
That's just one utility.
Stuff would we vote on too? Like what would incentivize people to use the coins to vote and things like that? What positive could we see come from that?
Like, I mean, if there's like a third-party project or a third-party token that's, legit. Like, let's take a Pulse Doge coin, for example. It's fine. It's safe to claim. It's just it's just a coin, nothing ERC20, nothing fancy.
Yeah. I don't have any.
To give us the ability to vote, to make a liquidity pool where I can put in my Pulse Doge and maybe I can put in some US dollar coins and I'll gain incentive token. Like, that's cool. I like that. So it allows you to be preferential with whatever your bags are. You can vote for things you like and you can vote no on things you don't like. So it's a very interesting mechanic. I think not a lot of people talk about that one.
That's something that I know governance and all that topic.
Now, it's like governance tokens is like hold on, I think I heard somebody. So anyway, right, the governance tokens are like they mean more when you have more. The governance token means more to a person that owns more. And if you own more of it, you can make more money by voting. You see what I'm saying? So like the whole governance thing though, honestly, and I'm saying for any token, right? The people that have more is power. You see, you can't sleep on governance. Now when it comes to DeFi and cryptocurrency. And that's another topic, is the regulations, right? That's the other topic I wanted to get into. It's actually in my title, right? I'm just freestyling, folks. But if you check out the title, I need to remind myself what I put on this title, but PulseChain versus PulseX versus incentive token, and then speculative game theory reaction stream, where I'm reacting to their videos, and regulations. So that's the thing that we need to consider. And I'm going to get into that. But what I'm saying is, because for fair use, I need to react and talk and not play the whole thing just straight through. So anyway, right? I'll just put it out there. None of this is going to mean anything if we can't pull our money out. If the United States creates blocks for us United States citizens to pull our money out. Because you'll be able to sit there and play around. But you have to put your money through a bank to get your money out. So what if they start blocking us, right? So have you considered, hold on. After these messages, we'll be right back. Just give me a second, folks. All right, cool. We're cool. Just making sure I don't have any eavesdroppers. You know what I mean? Yo, we still there? All right, cool. So, if you can't pull your money out, none of this is going to mean anything, because you'll be doing all of this in vain for the most part. Of course, where there's a will, there's always a way. But part of this stream, I also wanted to talk about whether or not you have considered moving somewhere else, to another country. Because of regulations. Like, that would be the last straw. I asked Identity Block, big up the homie, Identity Block. Cool dude, I don't care what anybody thinks about him. I don't know. I wasn't there for the beginning of Hex, so whatever happened there, I have nothing to do with that. Identity Block, from what some of the times that I've watched him till now. Thorough dude, man. Very knowledgeable. So, I asked him in the stream, I said, what would be the last straw that will make you want to actually leave the United States of America? And that's what he said. If the regulations got to the point where it's not worth it for us to even crypto, to even DeFi, why would you want to stay? I mean, unless you had like another source of like just buku income that's never going to stop, that would definitely probably be the last straw for me leaving the United States of America, the place where I was born, the place where I, since my first day of school, pledged allegiance to the flag, put my right hand over my shoulder, justice, freedom, equality for all. And if you're coming over here and you're new, if you come with respect, which a lot of you are not nowadays, because it's not enforced by us or the government, but you come here with respect, we welcome you. You know what I'm saying? And we did our best, and our families did their best to keep this place free for you to come and enjoy. So anyway, this is the country. This is my country. This is where I was born and raised. And I haven't left because I just always think, I'm just so used to it here. So we're going to talk a little more about that. Have you considered leaving? Because if you can't DeFi anymore, I'm out.
Like, seems like something that at least a few years ago was used as such a buzzword. Every everyone's like, oh, but does your token have governance? Does it have these voting protocols? And then it was like this, this thing people would say to kind of one up. And then.
So it was like a buzzword, but there's power and governance. And that's why certain tokens, they allow you to delegate your voting power. You know what I'm saying? So that, somebody that has the same views as you, or that you think might be working in the best interest for you, or the actual ecosystem. You can always pick a person or a group that represents more, and you can always pool your voting power together. You see what I'm saying? But then you're gonna have whales that just have it all just for them, just have a ton of voting power, just one person. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of free speech, right? But he's going into how it was a buzzword at first, but now it's becoming more than just that, especially if you hold governance power in a very solid project that is here to stay. You know what I'm saying?
The response.
And mind you, the creator of this ecosystem does not live in the United States of America.
A lot of times the criticism would be like, well, what are you going to vote on? Seriously.
The creator of PulseX.
Like what
PulseChain.
Is actually
Richard Hart.
going to improve.
Hex.
Doesn't matter. All the votes go to all the, rich people, all the whales, blah, blah, blah. So.
That's what he's saying, right? But then, like I said, you can you can delegate your voting power to one person. So just a couple whales don't have all the power, you see?
But with PulseX, how do you think, I guess looking at both sides of that, why would it be different with PulseX? Do you actually think that the people who have, a big stake or a stake at all in PulseX, they'll be able to use governance in a way that actually improves the system? Or do you think it's always kind of be like, I don't know, we talk about centralized control and how it's better for price and things. Doesn't that kind of conflict with governance in a way? With, if we got people voting?
Yeah, it does. And even Richard has said that voting is stupid because the plebs vote for the wrong thing. And, he's pretty much right. And all the other voting tokens in the past, yeah, they've all sucked. There's nothing good to vote on. But for PulseX, being able to choose who gets incentive token and being able to choose which third-party tokens get on the platform, I think that's actually pretty useful. And then you'll have the random oddball stuff, like upgrades and improvements to maybe just the website. Hey, maybe we should add this button just right here that'll automatically add your coin to MetaMask in your asset list real easy,
Mm-hmm.
So it could be anything, but especially the incentive token and the pools, that's the key, in my opinion, for the voting. That's going to be huge. That's actually important. That actually works.
This is all speculation, folks. Remember. But I'm just trying to get your, to get your brain bubbling, get you more excited for what's in store.
Works, right?
Yeah, so the incentive token, let's just dig into that just for a sec too. Incentive token would be you get to vote for which ones you want to mine, essentially.
Yes, which pools, which pairs of two coins do you want to be?
See, you would know all this stuff if you DeFi, which a lot of you do, and a lot of you don't. But if you're not up to speed with DeFi, get up to speed. Get up to speed, and if you want me to talk a little bit about more or point you to some videos or something, or create a playlist just for DeFi, which I'll probably just do that.
Be qualified to get its incentive token, exactly.
Right. And sorry.
Check out my playlist, folks. Some are public, some aren't. Check out my public ones.
What was the other one you said?
The other one is we get to choose which coins of enter the third-party single-sided staking.
Okay, and why is that significant? Why would people choose one or the other for single-sided staking?
Well, that's actually a good question. In my opinion, I would vote yes for pretty much every third-party single-sided staking coin because I'm just going to mine them anyway and dump them, right, for more PulseX. So it's literally just yield for me. So I don't give a damn what coin it is, as long as it's got a value.
I mean, he's just saying that. That's just something he spit out, but there might be a token that you are interested in and that you would love, and there might be a group of us that, something really interesting could have popped up because there's going to be a lot of very interesting projects. That alone. Okay, it said I disconnected. So just that alone, the fact that there's going to be a ton of new projects on this brand new, amazing blockchain, and what makes it amazing, not only the developers, but also the community, and as well as the founder. So
stake my Pulse.
So there might be a token that you want to see in the staking pool, because you're going to want some more of that token. Because, you know, he said, yeah, I'm going to mine this and I'm going to dump it. But that's, you know, he's just speaking hypothetically or whatever. And that's usually what happens in the past with most DeFi. You know what I mean? Because DeFi is still evolving, and it's just been mostly cash grabs for the most part. Shout out to Drip, though, and Forex Shark. If you don't know about that, that's been an amazing DeFi project. That gentleman is very intelligent and has created something amazing with Drip, even though it's down, but everything's been down. But anyway, there's going to be tokens that you're going to want to be able to earn more of that particular token with your PulseX, and you'll be able to vote. Say, hey, you know what? We want to do staking with, you know, this new token that just popped up on PulseChain. Let's add it to a pool, a staking pool or a farming pool, liquidity farming pool. And you'll be able to vote. You see what I'm saying? And it might be a token that you just don't want to dump. You see what I mean?
PulseX, I get some and then I sell it. So
that's how it's been, but that's probably going to change. You're probably going to be mining tokens that you want to hold on to, but you'll be able to vote on that. You're going to have the power.
You're right. I mean, why vote no to free money?
Interesting. That's actually may introduce some game theory there of, hey, you know, do people have voting rights? Do they? Will there be some situations where they're no, you know, maybe there's only so many pairs or something that people are going to be interested in using, and they vote in certain ways that the benefit, they have a vested interest here, so they vote this way or not. I wonder what cases there will be that come up will be, actually they voted no on this particular one. Is it, you know, that's a scam, or that's, you know, actually I want to save it for these other tokens I'm interested in. That's one I want to see play out, actually.
Yeah, the scam might be a good one, right? Like if
this use case.
Yeah, like if this coin is known, you know, nefarious, right? Maybe the smart contract is draining people's wallets who do something, who send the coin. I don't know if that's possible, but like that would be a good reason to vote no, you know?
Well, talking about, you know, how most people make the wrong decision, you could use it in a way in governance to crowdsource that type of stuff. Like, hey, make sure you all vote no if you ever see a scam come up. But you know, how do you know it's a scam? Then you get into, okay, you know, is it really a scam or not, and all this stuff. But I could see that being one legit use case of like, okay, we want to use it as a protection mechanism in a lot of ways that crowdsource this type of information.
Yeah, totally. And maybe down the road, when the tables have finally turned on all the gatekeepers, and PulseChain is the #1 blockchain in the world. PulseX is the #1 exchange in the world.
Wishful thinking.
And then somebody like Tone Vays makes his coin and he wants to list it on PulseX, and we vote no, and we can keep them. So maybe someday we'll have our last laugh.
I don't know about that. maybe.
But free coins.
I was just saying but in a very interesting way. David, what are you talking about? Looks like we had a question from Jesse from Liquid Loans. Just kidding. We have Hex Squid. Do we need PulseX coin? Would only PLS and incentive not also be okay?
Well,
I think there's a nugget in there somewhere.
Well, the coin out of those three that I really care the least for is the incentive coin. Right? That's just
for now.
The free coin you get because you provided liquidity.
For now. But as Dollar Cost Crypto stated in the video we watched prior to this, is that he believes that there's going to be more utility added to that incentive token as we move forward.
that's like a little cherry on the top of your giant ice cream sundae. It's not a big deal.
And this is all speculation, of course. We're all just speculating right now.
I'm much more interested in Pulse and PulseX coins.
Yeah.
Some of the future, like the incentive token, Richard R probably hasn't even thought about yet. Or maybe he already has it all written out in the plan, or him and the devs already. Maybe not. But, Dollar Cost is speculating that Richard is going to add more utility to that incentive token. I think we're all hoping on that. Some of us didn't even consider that.
So it depends on what you yeah. So with incentive token, will it be like a new set of tokens that people create, or can it be like Pulse Dogecoin? Can you like get that as incentive, for example?
Oh wow. I mean, I don't know if you could do third-party coins as a reward for liquidity pools.
Of course.
I mean, I guess Richard could, but I think the plan is that it's just incentive token. If you put it in,
he thinks it's the plan. No, I mean, there's gonna be more tokens.
Let's say Hex and
rewards. You know what I mean?
USDC. You do a liquidity pair on PulseX. You're mining or you're letting people trade, and you're getting fees on the liquidity providing. And then you just, as an extra little, hey, good job, you get incentive token. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, so you gotta.
That's all it is for now.
It's got to be worth something then, because otherwise it wouldn't be incentivizing anything. So if everyone just dumped it, then they wouldn't want it, right? So there's got to be this balance of like, okay, it's actually worth something. So if it is worth something, there'll be a faction of people that like, oh, actually, I love this coin, and a faction of people's like, no, I don't want it. I just want PulseX, right?
Yeah. I don't know who would buy it though. Like, why would you buy incentive coin? Like, I don't know. Like.
To those that DeFi, there's sometimes reasons to buy the coin that you dump, because those coins pump too sometimes. How many remember was it Zombie? This was 2020, DeFi 2020. It was like a zombie token or something like that. What was it? I can't even remember, but that token would go fluctuate like crazy. You know what I mean? That token would fluctuate like crazy. And it was just the token that was the reward that you just dumped. It was just a token that you dumped, but it fluctuated. It went up and down, up and down. But people that have been in DeFi since 2020 and before know that you can even make money off of these tokens that people are just giving for free for staking and dump. You can still swing trade those too, believe it or not.
Like there is no plan to do with anything yet, right? There is no staking. It inflates. It's not deflationary. You're mint when you claim and you're like, hey, I want my incentive token. I'm pretty sure it just mints it out of thin air and gives it to you, right?
Okay.
So like, it's not, it's not amazing. It's really just a trick to get people to put in liquidity.
For now.
In the PulseX.
In the past.
Like, that's all it is. It's a carrot on a stick. Like, it's nothing fancy.
Interesting.
For now.
I wonder if that'll be, well, it's got to be figured out though, because if everyone thinks it's, worthless, then they're not going to be wanting to put up liquidity, right?
Well, I mean, it'll have value and you'll be able to sell it. But if you look in the testnet, I'm pretty sure the chart for incentive token is just down and to the right.
We don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to check that. I know. I haven't been playing with PulseChain as much, but now that we just got this recent update, we're going to do some videos and start learning, and just playing around. There's other people out there already doing it. You can go check them out.
Yeah.
People
playing around on the testnet, preparing for the real deal launch. But he said it's probably down. We're gonna go check in another video. We'll see how the incentive token is doing right now.
Mine it and they sell it.
But that's now without any real utility added to it.
Why do I want incentive token? I want other coins.
Interesting. So from testnet, we can kind of see what some of the moves that people are making that may transfer over to mainnet too. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what I do with my incentive token. I sell it and I buy Pulse, and then I use that Pulse and I stake my validator. And it's just this never-ending cycle.
You see, like you said, the only thing you can do with his Pulse is just stake it for a validator.
I get them minted every day.
The only thing you can do with it, right?
Well, so somebody's buying it because there's a value, though, right?
Yeah. There is a liquidity. So
And don't get me wrong. I'm saying that's it, but I mean, that's still a big deal, a huge deal. And I mean, look at Ethereum, right? I bought Ethereum at $12. It went all the way up to $4,000. So look at Matic, look at all of these. Look at BNB. You know, that went up. Pancake.
This is like meta. There are they've incentivized the pools to add liquidity for incentive token.
Oh, yeah.
So if you take incentive token and you take Pulse and you put it into liquidity, you get even more incentive token.
Yeah, you see, maybe within the PulseX ecosystem, you'll be able to stake regular PulseChain. I didn't think about that. Like, that's going to be an obvious one, too. So, yeah, you're going to be able to stake it within the PulseX. That's the hands down. That and Hex, you already know. So that's another way, besides having a validator, that you'll be able to earn with the PulseChain token is, you know, once the liquidity pool is open inside PulseX with PulseChain and incentive token or whatever, you compare it with.
So yeah, like we're tricking people into even putting their incentive token in the liquidity. So that's a positive feedback loop right there, actually.
Oh. I don't think a lot of people know that, man. I think you just went meta. You went.
People that DeFi know,
because that's what gives it the value, you know. So you're incentivized to let people buy and sell your incentive token.
Just and these mechanics, incredible.
Yeah. So I mean, depending on the supply, that's going to be the key. Is like how much incentive token do you really get? If you get like, I don't know, 10,000 for like every couple days, that's a lot of supply. But if you only get like one incentive token every like 4 days and you put in a bunch of liquidity, maybe they will be like $50 each, $100 each. And they're actually kind of like, I don't want to say rare, but there's not a lot of supply. That could be cool.
Yeah, supply mechanics. It's funny because, you know, we're so used to large supplies with the other products.
Yes.
Right. Will incentive token be not large supply because it's playing off a different dynamic in game theory?
Totally. And then I think that would help spice things up because like you just said, we're all used to big supplies. So to have a coin with a very little supply is very strange. You know, it's not normal or usual, I should say. We don't typically have it. Like Pulse Dogecoin, to use an example, like that's pretty low supply. I mean, it's like 5 million or 6 million right now. It's not a lot.
Well, incentive token be 5, 6, 7, something like that. And that claim phase is about to end, so we will see the final numbers soon. Yeah.
Shout out to my man.
All right. Let me tweet this out before I leave, even though I should have did this sooner. But maybe somebody's going to join. Yeah, I'm just watching. So America's changed into a very strange place. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But America has become very strange. It's like Twilight Zone now. Yeah. This is America. Everyone's reality is different, right? People say life is what you make it, but at the same time, ignorance is bliss. So, but when you see through the matrix, You got to do certain things to actually uplift your spirit. And I'm telling you, when crypto came out, it really gave me a reason. It gave me more purpose. It gave me more hope. I already had purpose, but it gave me more hope because after 2001, what happened in September of 2001, it became very, very difficult. It became extremely difficult compared to prior 2001 in September. Prior to that, it was way easier to make money. Then 7 years after that, we have that recession. It got even tougher to make money. I mean, yeah, if you're locked in and you're a cog in the wheel, you know what I mean? You have your little cog job, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a 6-figure one or just a 5-figure one, right? You weren't suffering as much. But if you were somebody who is more independent, things got a little tougher. It got easier for some because of YouTube and, you know, people that got rich off of social media and stuff like that. But, you know, the numbers just, it's a small percentage when you consider how big this country is and how many people are in this country. So, I found crypto 2016. January 2017 is when I bought my first Bitcoin and my first Ethereum. 2017 January. I have a video. Right? So, yeah, I'm an OG. I'm an OG. This is my very first video that I did on Ethereum and AI 6 years ago. This was me buying Bitcoin 6 years ago. This is me using Genesis mining 6 years ago. Actually, I think I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum here. Right? Check it out.
California. Big.
What did I put?
You can see clearly now. Okie dokie smoky.
So I knew I was actually trying to buy Bitcoin before I bought it. I just didn't know how. I was reading online like, oh, that there's homeless people that are earning this Bitcoin by watching YouTube videos over and over again. You know, there's homeless people and they're searching for Wi-Fi, and you can see them with their little laptops, and they're generating Bitcoin by watching videos. So I was like, okay, I thought that was the only way you can buy Bitcoin. So I went and I downloaded this program that can constantly refresh my page, my browser, so that I can, you know, start accumulating views and stuff on, and try to figure out how to earn some of this Bitcoin. But then I just couldn't find out. For some reason, I didn't know about Coinbase. I didn't know anything about it. I just read an article about it. But it didn't explain about Coinbase and how to actually acquire it. They were just saying that there were homeless people earning it. And I'm like, jeez, I'm going to earn some of this Bitcoin, whatever it is. But it wasn't until like a year after when I met a homie, and we had our studios were right next to each other, our music studios. And he told me how he had bought some Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then I used his referral code. But that's when I was like, what? You can just buy it? Like, I thought you can only earn Bitcoin. But, all right. So This was just a tutorial that I did. But check this out. Check this out. This was the price of Bitcoin when I bought my first Bitcoin. It was $1,000 6 years ago. So take note that you must buy at least $100 USD and transfer fee, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I bought $100 worth. This was my very first time. Yeah. So I'm saying all of this to say that there's more eyes on PulseChain right now than there was on Bitcoin back then. So it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. If you're just tuning in, I know I just tweeted it out. If you're here from Twitter, thanks for stopping by. I went a lot into the incentive token and PulseX and stuff, but basically what I was saying in the beginning of the video, if you're just tuning in, is that the PulseX token is the token that you use to DeFi. So that's automatically, there's going to be a variety of ways to earn more with the PulseX, because that's the token you DeFi with, whereas PulseChain is mostly gas fees. You're going to be able to stake it, but it's not a DeFi token. It's not going to be used to DeFi. And DeFi is where that passive income is at, right? Don't get me wrong, I have both. All right, let's see. Let's see what
I made a promise that if Richard Hart's not going to make the incentive token valuable, like I want to take that on as just a side project. And we have, you know, the Diamond Hands Club, we have the contract built to essentially bring, like, create a game for, like, people are going to be earning this incentive token. So why not stake it? You know, determine a stake length for the incentive token, but essentially bring time locking. And how Diamond Hands works is it's basically just like you join at the start. If you remain staked towards the end, you can earn rewards, which comes from essentially like an early unlock penalty. And so it's like a very simple kind of staking mechanism. That's one option. But I also think, like, I feel like the incentive token is going to be great for playing around with on PulseX as well. Like, I feel like there's, you know, like, imagine an incentive token pair that's incentivized, and it's just like this crazy loop of earning incentives. You know, but it is interesting that I think it's just like Richard Hart, of all the projects that he's launched and all the assets he's built, it's like, I think he's just saying he cares least about it because it's not as, like, it doesn't have as much upside potential as the others. But what I think is really interesting with the incentive token and what we're seeing with a lot of tokens is, like, people love free tokens. It's crazy. And that's like what's driving what I think so much, like, interest on the incentive token is like, oh, I can earn this for free for staking my LP tokens. And it's like, yeah, you can. And it's just like driving a lot of interest. So kind of proves the point of, like, you know, free token, the power of free tokens.
Well, that's what people love them. That's what I've been wondering for a long time, is because, you know, a lot of people say incentive token, they're going to dump it immediately when they get it. And I'm just thinking that the system kind of breaks down, doesn't it? If it's not worth anything and nobody wants to hang on to it, then what are they incentivized to do? So there must be some game mechanics behind it to make sure they're properly incentivized with not a worthless token. Otherwise, like, why would they want it? So you all may be building on PulseChain to do some gamification around that, sounds like.
We could, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I think one thing that's really interesting with this token though is like, you know, one core aspect of a token is distribution, right? And when you look at something like the single-sided staking of PulseX, I look at that as like a great tool for projects to get distribution. Like if they get, you know, approved for the DAO, I think that's how it goes. If you get approved for the DAO, and you can incentivize people to stake to earn your token. In my mind, it's like it kind of is that like the incentive token in a way is that it's like getting distribution. And then when you think about it, like who is that distributing to? It's getting distributed to people who love liquidity providing or are liquidity providing, right? So I think in itself, just being a token that's distributed to those people could make for a beautiful liquidity token, like simply being a PulseX pair token that people, you know, trade on. People might want to provide liquidity for that because if people are earning the incentive token and they want to swap to Pulse, like that's just a lot of, you know, a lot of volume potentially to be making fees on.
Okay, so if nothing else, liquidity providing could be a way to at least give it some volume, give it some traction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Richard's picked his tickers as he says it, right? Like he's got his tickers, he's got his Hex, his PulseChain, and his PulseX. And I think that's what he wants to see pump. And I think he's
talked about Hedron and Maxi several times by name, so
which I love.
Secondary
tickers.
And even today he spoke about them.
He did. So it's like I think he really does take the idea very seriously that like you don't want to divide too much attention to too many tickers. Like you're like kind of diluting your kind of name brand or your where people allocate funds, that sort of a thing. And I think that's why he talks about like Rube Goldberg machines, and he's not going to try to plan all this crazy game theory into it because, like he said, he's got his tickers. This is what he cares about. And so, yeah, I think that creates a great opportunity for guys like the Maximus team. And, you know, maybe we'll see new people too, right? Maybe we'll see new devs, up and coming devs end up doing something as well. And I think this is all great. I think all these projects that are going to come over on the PulseChain, even the ones that are like most Hexkins would not like really promote or really want to talk about even. If they incentivize a lot of trading or a lot of activity on this chain, it is great for PulseX. Like this is all bullish, very bullish for PulseX, right? So I think we're going to see the narratives once PulseChain launches with these other tokens and these other projects are going to be fascinating afterwards. When we can actually pull real data and be like, yo, look at how many PulseX tokens were burned just because of this one protocol that was created. Right.
Yeah.
And now maybe we won't be so harsh on certain crews, you know, and maybe we'll just based on math and the way the system works, we'll be more inclusive because of that. You don't know, like who knows what's going to happen, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
PulseChain will do 200x on day one. Is this target possible? And if PulseChain does 200x, what about PulseX? In this video, we'll look at fundamental analysis and see if the 200x target is possible for PulseChain. Make sure to watch this video all the way through to find out why everyone thinks that it's possible. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with our
I'm just telling you, man. Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm truly grateful. So many channels you could be watching. You're watching mine. You know, over the last week, I've been at...
Oh my God. I had my mic muted this whole time. I can't believe it. It says there's 2 people watching me. I'm definitely going to have to go in and cut that part out. I can go back in and edit that out. So anyway, all I was saying is that there has never been a kingdom in the past that lasted forever. There's never been an empire. Byzantine, Roman, all the different dynasties in China. Mali Kingdom, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt. These were all superpowers. Babylon in its time, Persia in its time. Great. The people didn't think it was going to end while they were living it, right? Thought it was going to be there forever. I mentioned Mars. Maybe I was muted because I wasn't supposed to talk about that too much. But there have been whole worlds destroyed. And do you think that the people who were in there really saw it coming? Check out what this brother has to say. And this topic, this portion of the video, the end, is, are you going to stay if you can't crypto anymore? Or are you going to leave so that you can continue to crypto if it gets to that point? Hopefully not. Wishful thinking is, you know what, America's going to leave us little people alone, and they're going to let us make money just like the big wigs and the elite. You know, they're gonna leave that same door open. But Alex Lorenzo just did a video and he said, listen, when regulation comes in, all the markets fall. Every market, once the regulation was introduced, according to him, they all tanked. Not saying they never came back again, because obviously when regulations came in for the dot-com bubble, a lot of companies went out of business. Not all of them because of regulations, but anyhow, a lot of them went out of business and never came back. And only, you know, some superpowers emerged. And of course, you know, apps and stuff like that, you know. But it wasn't the same. The space has never been the same. We have monopolies now. Corporations that took over the biggest companies on the internet. So once the internet became regulated, that was the outcome. You know, the clubs, they all got together and said, nah, you're not going to be making money off of this anymore. We are. So now, it's the same thing with crypto. You know what I'm saying? If they clamp down on you, are you going to stay? Or are you going to leave? Check out what he has to say. Maybe he'll give you a little more clarity on what you would do.
Ask over and over, Calvin, when are you going back home? When are you going back?
For the backstory, this gentleman moved. He's an expatriate. You could say expatriate. American, now lives in the Philippines. And he's going to explain to you why he's not even considering coming back to America.
Home to America. And I just don't have the answer for it. America's become so toxic that I'm afraid to go back home. I'm afraid that if I go home, I'm not going to make it back. You know, I'm from a little sleepy town, really. It used to be called the Derby town, Derby City. Last year alone, 160 murders. Now it's called Murder Town. Carjackings are up 300%. It's ridiculous, man. America's on fire. I've escaped a burning house.
Fire,
and
baby.
to turn around and go.
Need I say more? And he's going to explain to you what this means.
Go back into that house would be insanity. I'm running from racism, cynicism, niggerism, discrimination, hate, health problems, death problems. Man, I was a mental wreck when I came over here.
The food is a big one. Would you rather live somewhere where you can plant non-GMO fruits and vegetables, non-GMO chickens, who you feed non-GMO feed to, organic lifestyle? That's priceless. The things that we give up to live in this advanced country.
So I don't know, guys, when I'm going.
That's why I look at some people that come over here from like these countries where like you can go out back and just pick your own food. Like, why are you here? People pay millions and millions here for what you have for free over there. So what if you gotta walk around in the same shirt with holes in your shoes or your socks, or just walk around with no socks and just some sandals or whatever, you know what I mean? But you get to go back, go walk up the street or whatever, or go, you know, through the forest to the river and go swim, go fish, eat. You know what I mean? As long as you're somewhere where there's not a corporate factory dumping stuff and poisoning your land already. But I'm saying, the health part is also a big one that a lot of people just really don't think about, man. Like, the stuff we drinking, eating, and breathing here is killing you.
Gonna come back. And you say, Calvin, oh, you're exaggerating. That's because you're over there marinating in that garbage. You're stewing in it. You're distracted. I don't follow Dak Prescott and LeBron James and Lil Baby and all them, man. I'm not putting them down. I'm just telling you, man, that from where I'm sitting, America, man, is just in bad shape. And yeah, I got children there, but what good am I going to do them or my grandchildren if I'm dead?
What good is having gains and work so hard for these gains if you can't enjoy it?
Because that's what would happen to me. I had my son-in-law killed. He wasn't my real son-in-law. They wasn't married, but he was the father of my daughter's children, shot down. He wasn't some gangster, no matter what the news said. He had no money. He had nothing. But he's dead, just like the other 160. That's in 2022. And it's already started again in 2023. There's more deaths than days of the year. So no, I may never come back. America's so toxic that I may never go back home.
What do you think?
My life is here now. I've got a great life here. Why would I step out of this dream and go back into that nightmare? So yeah, in a short answer of why, when are you coming back home? I don't know. I've never even contemplated it. Not with what's going on there now. When I came out of there, man, I was a wreck, man. Mentally and physically. Now that I've healed, to go back into that and be broken down again, I was dealing with anxiety bad, man. It's basically arrested now. When I came over here in 2018, I flew from Chicago, Illinois to Hong Kong, and I literally watched that clock for 15 hours. That's how messed up mentally I was. That was an excruciating trip. And that's another reason why I don't know when I'm coming back, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to deal with that again.
15 hours.
I don't care what you say about me. I'm 59, I'm running 60. I really don't care anymore what people think. But that question was ringing in my mind. Well, when are you going back? You got kids over there. You got grandkids. You got family. But big deal. That plane goes two ways.
Right. So if people want to see you, they could come see you. I'm saying if you ever move out the country, like where I'm at, except for the older people in my family that I really don't want traveling, if you want to see me, come see me. I'm right here. Look, I got 2 places you can rest. You know what I'm saying? And where I live, there's hotels everywhere.
They can come over.
And Airbnbs.
Here,
This is probably the hottest spot for Airbnbs in the country.
I'll pay for it. But I'm not going back in that burning house, man. America's on fire, man. It's toxic over there.
And that's how I felt from where I left. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. And even just to go visit, I don't want to go back to those particular areas. As much as I miss some of the people and the food. Because here where I'm at, it's just all Latin food, and I'm not like a big Latin. I'm Latin, but I'm quote-unquote Latin, whatever the hell that is. You know, people don't even speak Latin anymore. But anyhow, that's another topic. But I'm just saying that that's what I miss the most about back east. New York, Philly, New Jersey, the people and the food. But the shitstorm, I don't miss it at all. And the stress, the ball of stress, and the dreariness and everything. So, you know, I'm one step closer to where I'm probably going to wind up at. And it depends on the regulation. If regulations hit and I can't crypto anymore, that's going to be the last straw. I'm out. I'm leaving. So check this out.
And y'all don't even realize it because you stewing in it.
That's my point. You don't realize it because you're in it. You see what I'm saying? You don't realize it because you're in it, so you're here. This is what we're used to. You know what I mean? As long as you can make it home safely and get whatever meals we want. You know, there's a whole bunch of little things here that keep us comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? But from the outside looking in, this might be a burning house. You see what I'm saying? But when you're in it, it's like this meme. Right? This is fine. You know what I'm saying? But everything's burned down around you. I don't know. could be exaggerating. Everything could be just perfectly fine here where we're at.
But I got some unfinished business over here. I've got to get Booby's CRBA completed to make sure that she has some.
All right. So anyhow, he went into. I mean that he didn't go into details and stuff, but it was heartfelt. Like he's like, look, I don't have any desire to go back to the United States, and all I'm saying is, if these regulations, let's see if anyone even did a video. Are you prepared to leave? Do you have a plan? Cause that's the problem with us Americans, man. We so comfortable. I mean, with the way things are, and you know, we just lean back and don't take initiative and just let the system figure everything out on its own. Let's see, leaving the United States crypto regulations. Let's see if anyone did a video about that. I spelled regulations wrong, of course. But oh my God, yo, YouTube sucks, bro. I'm just saying, anything Google. So I use DuckDuckGo. I'm just wondering if anybody's even talked about it. I mean, people are talking about it, but okay. That's in 2021, but alright, so more US states may roll out cryptocurrency regulations. That's another thing to consider. Different states might have different regulations for crypto. So that's another thing. You might still be in the United States, but you might want to go to a different state. So I'm just putting it into your head that you never get too comfortable. You can't. We're living in a time of like crazy uncertainty. Don't get me wrong. Some of you might have this big house by the lake and you're like, I ain't going nowhere. But there might be some of you in a position where you can just get up and leave. You know what I'm saying? And you might want to consider it if things get really, really crazy with these regulations. But if you heard, I just wanted to play that clip because it's from a man who left, an older gentleman who's seen the changes in this country. You know, it's bad when you're like, yo, this is bad. You know, things can only get better from here. And 10 years later, and you're looking around you and you're like, wait, 10 years ago, that wasn't so bad. Why was I complaining? Now it's just 10 years later and it's 10 times worse than it was 10 years ago. It's all perspective, of course, but for a lot of us that's seen the changes, we're like, what is this? Like, I can't even go to the store here and get like a good sandwich anymore. They don't know how to prepare the food because they're coming from other countries and they just winging it. You know what I'm saying? Like, mayonnaise on top of everything. No, you put mayonnaise on the bread. You know, it's just like weird stuff like that. Like, yo, don't toast my bagel, please. Because unless you're putting butter on it, but you're putting cream cheese on my bagel, please don't toast it, because as soon as I squeeze it, all that cream cheese is just going to fall out. You see what I'm saying? But these are things that, there's just certain nuances, you know what I'm saying? That's just a small example, you know, of like how this country just isn't the same, bro. I can't even go to the store. I have to like remember every time, you know, down here in Miami, because there's people from other countries making your food, and it's like they don't know, and the people that's buying the food don't know either. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's stuff that they don't buy all the time, probably. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know, bowl of rice and beans, yeah, they know how to make that. But anyway, so are we gonna stay or are we gonna go? So anyhow, I've been talking for quite a while. I'm gonna clip this up. Go check out some of my old videos. This was the one that went viral for me. My very first viral video was this one. That was viral for me at the time. I did a whole tutorial on MetaMask, and it just so happened that CryptoKitties came out. So that's why this video blew up, because there was so many people trying to figure out how to buy CryptoKitties, so they needed MetaMask. So, and mine was probably one of the best tutorials, MetaMask tutorials out there at the time, as far as being thorough. But yeah, some of these projects ain't around. But listen, this is from the guy that gave you Alchemist coin when it was still like $24, or I think $44 when I made the video, but I bought it at $24. I only made a video because Chico made it, but he didn't go into too many details. So talking about the guy that gave you Alchemist coin that did great. These tokens, they did good at first, you know what I'm saying? B swap, bro, I got a B swap way too early. I could have, bro, I probably would have been retired right now if I would actually stayed in B swap. But what happened is she dropped that ass token. The B lady dropped the ass token, and then this flew, and I wasn't. It just so happened it was at a moment where I just wasn't in the Telegram. If not, I'd have got rich off of ass and this. So anyhow, but I brought you B swap. B swap went from like 10 cents to $5. That's not a 10x. It's like a 50x. The up tokens, up BNB, that did good if you would have sold at the right time. But when I brought you the video, it definitely went up from there. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about the metaverse before anybody else in crypto was talking about the metaverse. Believe that. Go look at the dates. Go look at the actual dates. All right? I brought you Illuminati NFT before it pumped and before Goblin Town dropped. So anyhow, man, that's my pedigree, man. Brought y'all Hex when it was at 5 cents and it pumped all the way to 50 cents, came down and went all the way back up to 30-something cents. So you had two opportunities to make either 6x or a 10x from when I made the Hex video. You know what I'm saying? And that one was alive, right? What is Hex? And this was when I really talked about how I was gonna buy, that I had bought Hex. You know what I'm saying? But these are all my lives too, right? I talked about the Blur airdrop 3 months ago, baby. Don't sleep on the Valians. Don't sleep on that. So I'm telling you people, you know, I'm not selling courses or nothing like that, but yeah. I've had nothing but thorough presentations of tokens that actually increased in value from the moment that I talked about them forward. Everything's down now, of course, but still. I'm not gonna get on here and tell anybody to buy or sell. I just showcase and maybe talk some game theory every now and then. But anyhow, thank you for watching. I'm very excited for more updates. Hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst is my point. Just be prepared always. Don't ever get caught blindsided, man. And to all my all my Richard Hart maxis, much love. Peace to Richard Hart. Looking forward to what's coming up ahead in the very near future. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling cute. I might just do another stream in a few. But thanks for everybody that actually stopped by and anyone that's watching the replay. All my socials is Naked Matrix. And that's it for now. So we're gonna exit once again with this. art ecosystem, baby. Bringing love to the world, to the entire planet, baby. You know, somebody had a prediction with ESP that there's going to be a lot more millionaires within the next few years than there ever was. Let's go. Peace out. Much love.